Well, you watched it on Fox tonight in what will likely be their one and only debate. The candidates for vice president faced off, running through a laundry list of issues from immigration to climate change and the economy.
And mostly absent from this debate, the current president, Joe Biden. Instead, during the debate hosted by CBS News, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance worked to tie the vice president, Kamala Harris, to the Biden administration's perceived failures. And Minnesota Governor Tim Walz worked to tie Harris to the administration's perceived successes. Fox 4's Amelia Jones in now with a deeper look at some of their responses to the major issues. Amelia.
Yeah, Heather, Steve, this was the first time these two men have actually ever met, and it's the only time they'll debate as vice president candidates. Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz shook hands briefly before starting the debate hosted by CBS News. Out of the gate, the candidates addressed the conflict in the Middle East, climate change, and immigration. Senator J.D. Vance was asked about former President Donald Trump's desire for mass deportation and what that would look like. Vance replied by attacking Kamala Harris and her border policies, while Governor Tim Walz pointed out a bipartisan border bill authored by a Republican senator that ultimately ended up not getting passed. Allegedly, it was Trump who had the bill killed, so he had a platform to run on.
What would Donald Trump talk about if we actually did some of these things? And they need to be done by the legislature. You can't just do this through the executive branch. So look, we have the options to do this. Donald Trump had 4 years. He had 4 years to do this.
Before we talk about deportations, we have to stop the bleeding. We have a historic immigration crisis because Kamala Harris started and said that she wanted to undo all of Donald Trump's border policies.
In terms of the economy, Vance emphasized the Trump campaign's view to bring back what he called a common sense economy, saying that experts aren't always right. Walz reinforced the Harris campaign's goals to provide economic relief through child care relief. The candidates were also asked about their leadership qualities and to address some discrepancies in their past statements.
But I've also been extremely open about the fact that I was wrong about Donald Trump. I was wrong, first of all, because I believed some of the media stories that turned out to be dishonest fabrications of his record. But most importantly, Donald Trump delivered for the American people. Rising wages, rising take-home pay, an economy that worked for normal Americans, a secure southern border, a lot of things, frankly, that I didn't think he'd be able to deliver on.
Now, look, my community knows who I am. They saw where I was at. Look, I will be the first to tell you, I have poured my heart into my community. I've tried to do the best I can, but I've not been perfect. And I'm a knucklehead at times, but it's always been about that.
A big difference in tonight's debate is the microphones were not turned off when the opponent was speaking. The CBS moderators only had to mute the mics once during the debate as the candidates were speaking over each other. During the debate, both candidates trickled in pieces of their own backgrounds and even at times acknowledged that their opponent's statement was right. The second half of the debate focused on reproductive rights, gun violence, and the 2020 election.